So women, you got to understand, dude, don't be duped like the men have by overemphasizing the irrelevance of either gender. To remind you, that's how spirit enters the realm. It's through gender. It's just through the womb, but gender is how spirit enters the realm. That's why the attack on gender and the irrelevance, as I keep repeating. But I just say, and I'll take the prompt because I'm assuming there is a reason for the prompt. What y'all need to hear, anyone needs to hear is not, is irrelevant. Like I say, I put it, this is, for me, this is for the records. Like, well, where this was, I got a record of where I stood or where I stand, and you got to understand, some of us men ask almost nothing. And we have to increasingly ask almost nothing from women because we know how toxic the masculinity is gotten in the realm. That's the whole problem. We can't even like speak of the value of our maleness because of how toxic it has become. And I would say that's evidence alone of how relevant it could possibly be. Why did it go so? Why was it duped? Why are males duped into such extreme toxicity? With the leaders of blood cult, even the leaders of the blood cult religions got to be so toxic masculine, it's unbearable. If it serves no purpose whatsoever. I mean, it's, we're all masculine and feminine energies. Why would one or the other be overemphasized and become so toxic if it serves no purpose? So I just hear the woman, the woman talking about how the moon actually cleanses through the menstrual cycle. Yeah, I'm not saying that's not the case. Maybe women don't over-identify with this moon too much. I'm just noticing. I've not spoken on this for a while because I've been prompted by the Ethernet. And it's like, okay, yes, so maybe not over-identify that moon. There's too much history, which should be her story, real men have no problem letting women take their rightful role. Like, what man wants to do all this mediation and final shot calling? That's not fun. I care less for it. Men like to be active. Men like to do manly things, and it ain't limited to hunting and all the prescribed limitations of maledom. No, we might want to gather or just fish, something else. We just, active, manly, active things, basically. Like, men like to do manly shit. It's not what is the limitations of what has been prescribed to us. But the moon was not always here. We have too much history, have too much record of the moon not being here. Africa specific. I can't remember the other cultures, but there's more than one culture or whatever. The magic word, I hate to say race, but I'd say two cultures that have history without the moon. The moon was not always here. Why would a moon be relevant in a realm? That's the CGI nihilistic narrative that implements the moon always had to be here. The moon is obviously an implant. The moon does not have to be within this realm. It does not control the tides. It serves no inherent purpose except for soul recycling that we know of. We've heard too much, there's some good aspects of Caucasian doctrine, I would say. That's just a term. Who cares? It's like, the moon would be a soul recycling, system. It's a trap. That would be logical because the moon was just too much. The moon wasn't always here. The sun didn't always move, and the moon was always here. The sun didn't always move, and the moon wasn't always here. Why would the sun move within a realm? No, when you realize that this is an enclosed biosphere, this is a dome. The trees probably went maybe to the top of the dome. That's how did the dome get built? Well, that would be one way. You scaffold up to something before you build a dome, and then you remove the scaffolding. The trees were silicon, and they were massive, and God knows how far they reached. They might have reached all the way to the dome. I mean, this realm is nothing how it's supposed to be, nothing like it was. The body's nothing like it's supposed to be, nothing like it was. We have no idea what kind of realities go on in these other domes and the lands beyond the ice wall, the lands, listen to Auntie Tate Anna, whatever name. I mean, y'all listen to her, and you don't get banned if you're not speaking truth on one of these Ethernet social media platforms. So, just, I mean, there's people out there trying to tell you, trying to tell you something. So, real men are asking almost nothing from y'all, from women, because we know the plight y'all have had. But, do not be duped in that COVID isolation doctrine that just, isolate yourself to yourself and just everything yourself and you fuck me and they're just shit, because you're being duped. It takes men and women to manifest. And the guy that, like, I was wondering why he presents like, just gonna chap some asses. Apparently so. It's gonna chap some asses, because there's a lot of, like, yes, we get it, divine feminine. No doubt about it. The masculinity is disgusting. I've grown up this my whole life. But that doesn't mean, but still the case right now within the realm that you need men and women to manifest. What do you want me to do about it? But yes, women, the powerful and all that. Yes, no problem. Everyone just be what you are. I don't know who's asking to be anymore. But, over-identifying with the moon might not be the wisest thing. The moon's got to go, because it's an implant. There's no reason. The sun's got to stop moving and the moon's got to go, because I guarantee it, the light ain't moving within the room and all these other domes and all the other realms. I guarantee it, the sun isn't moving around, scorching one area while another area freezes. The light within the dome, the light within the room isn't scorching one area, moving around, scorching this little area here while other areas freeze. That's retarded. I guarantee it, that's not the case. So, women, we're trying. Some of us asking almost nothing of you because we know your plight, but do not buy into that isolation doctrine that's being shoved down your throat.